got it on the chair. Oh well. Hate you. Sometimes I think,
So what I just showed was a video of a girl who suffers from Tourette's. And basically what Tourette syndrome is it's a neurological disorder characterized by repetitive, stereotyped involuntary movements and vocalizations, which are known as tics. The early symptoms of Tourette syndrome are typically noticed in early childhood, so from ages 3 to 9 is most likely when someone would get diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. And to get into further detail about what the tics are, they're classified into two parts, either simple or complex. So with that being said, simple motor tics are sudden and brief, repetitive movements that involve a limited number of muscle groups. And some of the more common simple tics include eye blinking or other eye movements, facial grimacing, shoulder shrugs, shoulder and neck tic, like jerking. And simple vocalizations might include throat clearing, sniffing, or grunting sounds. And even though children, teens, and adults with Tourette's get made fun of because of these simple tics, there are sadly far more worse tics that are the complex tics. And what those are is they're definitely more distinct than the simple tics are, and they're coordinated patterns of movement involving several muscle groups. So the complex tics involve several muscle groups, whereas the simple tics only involve a limited amount of muscle groups. So that alone shows that if it's more complex, it has to do with all the muscle groups that it's using. So with complex motor tics, it might include facial grimacing, but it'll have like a head twist or a shoulder shrug combined with that to make it a lot more distinct and noticeable. And oftentimes, people with complex motor tics, the stuff that they do is seen as like purposeful. So if they have like a necklace that's around their neck, they are going to get an urge to choke themselves. Or if they like hear a dog barking, they'll get that same like sensation from barking. Like they have a really hard time controlling their urges and sensations from like acting upon them. So if they hear someone repeating something, they're going to repeat that same phrase. And that's also known as echolalia. I don't know how to say it. But that's when they like repeat phrases or words of others. And then there's also another vocal tic that's known as coprolalia, which is uttering like inappropriate or swearing words, but that's only found in 10 to 15% of individuals with Tourette syndrome. And although the cause of Tourette syndrome is unknown, current research points to abnormalities in certain brain regions such as the frontal lobes and cortex. And the circuits that interconnect these regions and the neurotransmitters, which is like dopamine, serotonin, are responsible for communication among the nerve cells. And I'm out of time. Oh, shoot.